If you've hired people and you still feel like you're doing all the work, that you are just basically paying people to push stuff through that you've done, this is the video for you. In today's video, I want to explain to you how you can actually get yourself out of this loop of hiring somebody and yet you're still doing all the work. But before we get into that, I want to let you know that no matter what, no matter who you hire, it is going to take some time. That's the thing that most home remodelers don't understand. They think if I hire somebody, they're immediately going to be able to do the job, especially if I pay them a lot more, or somebody who does a service for us, such as marketing or accounting. It's going to take time. The service provider or the employee has to get integrated into your business some. First, understand what your business does, how it operates, what systems you use, and then they can start to do that stuff on their own. But it will take you time. And so let me share a funny story with you that I think will be really relatable for you as a business owner. So the other day, I've got two daughters, they're 2 and 4 years old, and they wanted to go for a walk around our woods. So, okay, cool. Let's go for a walk. Like, let's have some fun. And at first we're walking, and especially a 2-year-old, she starts stumbling. So then I'm starting to hold her hand, and we're still walking, but I'm holding her hand now. So now she's not walking on her own. Now I have to hold her hand. And the next thing you know, she starts getting tired. So she wants me to then pick her up. So now we're walking together, yet I'm sitting here holding her as we walk around in the woods. And the next thing you know, my 4-year-old also wants me to pick her up because her legs are tired. And so now we're all walking in the woods, and yet here I am holding both of them in my arms. I actually had one on my shoulders and one in my arm. That way my arms weren't so tired, but it was miserable. And so this whole time we're supposed to all be walking, yet I'm the one doing all the walking. And this is exactly how it goes with hiring people. At first you hire somebody, let's say to run the back office inside JobTread. You hire them and they supposedly know stuff about JobTread, and yet they don't. So then you start kind of holding their hand. You're saying, okay, well, hey, you need to go and do this. Here's the daily log. And you start showing them a couple of things. And they kind of, you're able to keep hobbling along. Well, the next thing you know, you're sitting there, you're in there with them every hour. You're texting back and forth. You're actually then moving things along from phase to phase. And so then you're the one doing that, but yet they're supposed to be doing it, and y'all are kind of doing it together. And then next thing you know, you just start doing the work. You don't even contact them. You don't even reach out to them, but yet you're still paying them. And this is the problem for a lot of home remodelers. They don't know how to get somebody on their team to really do that work. They don't know how to hand off that work exactly to a service provider. So the way that you do that is you have systems in place. And if you don't have systems in place, there's a way that you can do this as well without that. But you need to have a clearly defined set of things that needs to happen on each project, whatever that may be. And so when you have that clearly defined set of projects, now you can go through and monitor. Of course, at first you're going to be holding their hand, but the idea is to coach this person up. Because most home remodelers, business owners in general too, rather than taking the time to coach and educate and then let the person fail, they say, well, I can get it done quicker. And they come in and they swoop them up and just carry them along, and then the project gets done. And they go to the next project and it's the same thing. And eventually they just carry them the whole way and they keep paying for them. So you have to set up, here's the exact task. And then when they start to fail, you need to let them fail in a way that's not going to jeopardize the business or a project, but you need to let them fail and then coach them through what they did wrong. Say, hey, what was your thought process here? Why did you do this exact way? And then you can help them out by saying, okay, I see what you were thinking there, but really this is the thought process, maybe not the thought process, but this is how I usually think about it, and here's how I go about it, and the reason why you go about it that way. And that lets them know, okay, this is really the way to do it. But through that failure and then you teaching them, the next time they do it, hopefully they don't fail again, but if they do, maybe it'll be another step further, and you could just continue to kind of help them through those steps and coach them up through those steps, and then they eventually can do it on their own. And so with a service provider, it's a little bit less handholding because they should have that expertise, but you have to let them know exactly how you want it done. An employee, you tell them how you want it done and you coach them through that until they can do it on their own. A service provider, it's more about telling them, this is how I want it done. Here's our particular order. And then, of course, if they have suggestions for a different way, then great, they can do it a different way as well. But you still have to set that clear expectation of what you want done. And if you don't have those processes in place, if you don't really know exactly what needs to be done, that can be handled as well. But you need to set that expectation up front that, hey, here's roughly what I want done. I want to make sure that our projects go through, that our clients are communicated with within JobTread, that we have a daily log, that we can see all of our subs clocking in and out and a communication on a daily basis to be able to have that daily and weekly update for all of our subs as well as our client. And you can say that at a very high level view. Then tell the service provider, please make that happen and let me know what that looks like and create an SOP for me. And this is something that we do for home remodelers actually. So we know that a lot of home remodelers are struggling with the back end. Well, they're struggling within JobTread to be able to keep their projects up to date, to be able to keep the subs coming in on time for the projects and being able to update their clients and communicate with them. And so we have plugged ourselves in with multiple contractors to help them be able to get their projects on time and running smoothly. And so if that's something that you would be interested in and getting help with building out your job tread, the implementation and ongoing support, that is something we can do at RefinedVA. Just book a discovery call with us today and we can help you with that.